Okay, so this is part 2 of Danish Pastry. If you haven't seen part 1, go back onto my Paul Hollywood Easy Bakes YouTube channel and watch the first part. That shows you how to make the Danish. Now, this is the Danish pastry. It's been folded, it's been laminated 4 times, and it's been chilled overnight, so it's ready to use. Now, I've got some Nutella here, which I've just softened down a little. Now, that is basically going to go inside this, and we're going to make chocolate twists. It's absolutely delicious, and the kids will love it. Release your dough, it should be nice and chilled. Flour onto the bench, just coat it, a little bit of flour to start with. You need to roll this out again to about 5 to 7 mil, or a couple of pound coins. Make it all the same. You should have a great marbling, which you see here. Try and keep it as rectangular as possible. So I'm always starting from the middle and going up, and then the middle and coming down. You start to see the butter coming through. So as you did on the folding your dough, you're doing a very similar thing now. You're rolling it out, but a little bit thinner. Keeping it as rectangular as possible, nice and neat. Let's put a bit of pressure on there. So you end up with a dough like that. Now what I'm going to do is cover the whole thing in this chocolate sauce. This Nutella with a little bit of water just to soften it a little. Place it onto the top. Because the dough's cold, it can sort of try to solidify the Nutella, but it should be alright if you keep it nice and warm before it goes on. Spread it out across the top.
Not right to the edges though?
You're going to take it as close to the edge, but not quite to the edge, just to allow it to fold properly. We're going to fold this up now, you see. It smells amazing. Happy with that? Now what you want to do is fold it up again, as you did the lamination. So a third up, flatten it down, and then the butter across the top of that with the Nutella. And then you just want to roll it out slightly again. Nice and gently, trying to keep that shape. Bit of flour, stop it from sticking. Because the more you work the Danish, what's happening, the butter is softening up. So it just makes it a little bit more awkward, that's all. Then you want to roll it out again, not as thin as the folds. And I'll show you how far to take it now. To roughly about that. Now if I trim off the ends, what you're looking for is the 2 strips that you've just put in there. So you've got the Danish, which has been laminated, and now you've got the chocolate, which has also been laminated into the dough. And now you need to cut strips. So cut long strips in there. You could cut it up and then pop it back in the freezer if you wish, and then bring it out whenever you want it. So it's not an issue. You don't have to use them all straight away. Now with these strips, you basically need to just pull it slightly and then twist them. Let it relax for a minute. Put a bit of pressure on them, stop them twisting back too much, because they will. Have another one. Stretch it slightly. And then twist. Next one goes on. And when you've done all these, you can freeze them at this stage or freeze them when they're actually baked, and they'll keep in the freezer for a long time. As long as you keep them bagged and sealed, they'll be absolutely fine. So basically, relax it slightly just by tugging it, letting it come back. And then you're doing that motion, so the opposite way. One goes down, one goes up, and it creates a twist. Another one you can do is just turn it inside out, like that, prove and bake it. But more traditionally, it's normally a stick. You need to leave a gap because they will grow. Because this has got yeast in, This now has to prove. So I leave it about another hour at room temperature, just left like that. They'll get a bit of life into them, and then bake them around 180, 175, 180 fan. And they'll bake for around 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And when they're golden brown, bring them out. But before they go in, we're going to egg wash them, I think. So the chocolate twists now have been baked. They've got a gorgeous sort of brown colour all the way through. They look amazing. It's almost like you just bought them in the shops. Obviously the Nutella in there gives it that lovely flavour as well. So together, they're lovely. That's a great snack. You can have it for a dessert, a pudding, you can have it for anything. Obviously the chocolate twist is one thing you can make with the Danish pastry. You can make stuffed wheel with creme pat, with fruit, you could do anything you want, and it's maybe something I'll look at to post later on Easy Bakes and show you what else you can do with Danish pastry. But this is a great starter. And it's as simple as that, really. They're my chocolate twists. If you want to make it at home, try it. And you can also go onto my Instagram and send me all your little pits. Let's have a quick look at them and see what they're like. Now, if you like this recipe, you're going to love all the others on Paul Hollywood Easy Bakes. Subscribe, like, and enjoy the rest of the recipes. Well, I enjoy these. That's nice there.